How you doing? This is Shawn-jose, bringing back Majestic AF, like always on every Thursday, 8 p.m. So before we get started and I bring my guest on, I'd like to shout out, listen, our last week's guest, Colonel David Lange, has a book out. He took his time out on his book tour to come here and share with us last week and talk to us. So I would love for you guys to go out and check out his book. I started reading it. It's a fucking amazing book. And we also have my merch started. It's going to probably drop around November 13th, if I'm sure, by Shoo Monkey Creations. And yeah, so it's going to be the all trash, no trailer drop. It's going to be fucking epic and amazing and majestic, just like us. And I need to make this clear. A lot of people are asking me if my podcast means Majestic Air Force. It doesn't. It means majestic as fuck. And I just tried to be PG and put the AF. So with no further ado, I'd like to introduce my guest. She's amazing. She's talented. She's beautiful. She dances. She's an actress. And she even can rap, dude. Her name is Amber Rose McCarthy. She's one of my best friends from day one. She's impacted my life so amazingly. And so here it is. What's up, Amber? Thank you for being with Majestic as fuck this week.
What's going on? So excited.
Dude, exactly. Like, I know you've been watching me and my growth on this podcast, which is amazing. And thank you for fucking always tuning in, always having my back. I know, like, I called you a couple weeks ago and I was stressing about the time I was really drunk on the podcast. And you, like, walked me through it and told me, like, hey, don't worry about it. And really helped me out.
Amazing. I'm so happy to be a part of this. What you're doing is so incredibly important. And I'm so happy to be sharing this message with you. Thank you for having
me. Thank you for being on. So I know you have a beautiful baby girl, and I know like that's probably an amazing thing to be having in your life right now, and you're probably one of the best mothers I know. So how was like I don't know, like I'm a guy and I've never had a kid before. So like how was it? Was it a whole stressful thing? Like were you nervous? And
I feel like any woman is nervous, obviously. Something is growing inside of you and it's a crazy experience. But I would say for the most part, I honestly hated being pregnant. I maybe liked it a couple of times where I could show off my bump and wear like cute clothes with the baby bump. But other than that, like, you get sick. Like I got super, like it's called preeclampsia, where you kind of swell up and
like what do you mean by swell up? Like does your ankles and like your wrists and stuff like that?
Everything. Like but mostly like your ankles and like stuff like that. But that didn't happen until like later towards the end of the pregnancy. She came 2 weeks early, which was
is that nerve-wracking? Like it's like cause I don't know. Like
it was. Yeah. I mean, my labor was 27 hours.
Oh shit.
So I thought my water broke and it didn't break, and I went to the hospital and they kept me there anyway. It was excruciating. I can't even put it.
Is as like I know it's fucking probably painful. Did you do natural or did you have a C-section?
No, I did natural. I had the epidural after 14 hours. And still, even with the epidural, like you still feel that shit. Like it's a different kind of pain, but you feel it. But yeah, so she came 2 weeks early and everything was okay. Like the first couple of hours, and then they were worried about fluid in her lungs. So at Northern Duchess, they don't have a NIC unit.
Okay.
Like a NICU.
Well, what's a NIC unit?
Like it's like for emergency situations for the babies that need breathing tubes and like things like that. So we had to get rushed to Vassar. And of course I was freaking out, like seeing her in the incubator, like freaked me out. And like they were trying to tell me that I couldn't go and all the shit. I was like, I'm
Fuck
ripping
that.
this shit out of me. Like,
Yeah.
I'm going with my baby. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, facts.
But so she was fine. She really was a champ. She only spent 4 days in the NICU, which is like, compared to these mothers that have babies more than a couple of weeks before they're due, like you can just, I don't know, it's a different feeling
Yeah.
going in that
Well,
NICU.
that must have been nerve wracking altogether. Like, like this is your baby girl, like you just had her, and you had to get rushed to Vassar and stuff, and
Well,
like
uh,
she's definitely got McCarthy genes in her, and she's a fucking
oh
warrior.
yeah,
So like that must have been like crushing. Like, you must have been fucking scared shitless, dude.
the biggest thing for me was obviously, like, I mean, I lost my mom. It's almost been 9 years, and not
Greatest mother I've ever
yeah,
been blessed to be able to call mom.
yeah. Um, not having her there and not like having someone that I could completely just confide in.
Yeah,
Like, I'm the first one of my siblings to have a baby,
yeah.
and I'm like, holy shit, like, what the
Like,
fuck
and
do I?
I know positively that mom would have been able to reinsure you and calm you
Oh yeah,
down.
she would have. Oh,
Yeah.
she would have took her right away.
Yes,
Like,
exactly.
that was the biggest thing for me was afterwards, like when we took her home, that's where it really like sets in. Like,
Yeah,
holy
yeah,
shit, I have a kid. Like,
yeah.
it's not about me anymore. It's about,
You and her. And
yeah, no,
mostly
not
her. Mostly
me,
her.
just
Yeah.
her. Like, making sure she's safe, making sure she's like, I mean, any mother will tell you this. Like, they could be sleeping and you just like harp on them and are like, are
Oh,
they
are they
breathing?
breathing? Yeah.
Yeah, like
Shit.
it's
Honestly, it's weird. Like I do with my dogs, so I can't even imagine. Like, if my
yeah,
dog's not moving for a little longer, I'm like, oh shit, like I'm shaking her and stuff. So like, I
yeah,
can't even imagine how it is for a mother. Definitely, like a new mother. That's like,
yeah.
like so. Did
I
I?
wouldn't say like a lot of new moms go through postpartum, which is it's real. It's a
So like,
real.
what is? Because I tried to do some research on it. Because like, like I'm a dude. I don't know many things about this. So what is postpartum? Is it like is it the nerves of not having the baby inside of you anymore, or like something like that?
Not only that, it's like, you know, this feeling of being a new mom, like, and it isn't about yourself anymore. Like, not that you get lonely or anything because you have the baby, but it's just like a whole different life. It's a whole, like, not only are you not sleeping and like, not really like, not that you're not taking care of yourself because you have to, but like, it's just you can get so down and like in your
Yeah.
head. Like, at no point was I like, I don't want this baby. I
Yes.
like, I like, but some
Some
mothers
people
go,
do. Yeah, I've read a thing that some people with postpartum depression, it's like they don't know how to understand that, like, because they got the attention when they had the baby inside of them, and then all the attention is to the baby now. So it's a weird thing for them to be able
yeah,
to
it's
cope
not
with.
right. Like, but I mean, like, I would say too, like, Dean, my partner, he definitely went through it more than I did, which was,
So
crazy to see.
I didn't even know like a guy could go through it like that.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean, I think they definitely can. Like,
yeah,
really prepared to, I mean, not that we weren't prepared, like we had everything set for her. It wasn't like, but that feeling of holy shit, like,
now we
I
have.
have to make sure this child is cared for. Like, it's not about spending money on some other shit that you like don't need. It's about getting diapers, getting formula, doing all the shit, like, to make sure this baby is provided
Yeah.
for. And I mean, it's just crazy too what a toll it can take on relationships that you have. Like, not like, I mean,
Was it stressful because you're both new parents? Was it stressful on the relationship altogether? Like, was it like hard to?
it still is like date nights aren't really a thing, like stuff like that. Like you just have to put on the back burner. It's like, and I don't honestly, not that I don't mind. Of course, I mind. Like I want to have alone time and I want to, you know, do things like that. But like coming home and like just seeing her smile and seeing how happy she is, knowing that you're her person, like you're it for her, like you're her whole life is
It's just
what
you
it's
guys,
all
yeah.
about, like that's the reason why people have kids. Like it's just like, and she's incredible. Like she was such a great baby, and she still is. She's like singing, dancing, like
She's
just
got your talents. You know what I mean?
she's better than me. Like I can't even, it's just
So is it because I know mom was such a huge part of your life? Is it tough, like like not having her around to see your baby girl grow up? And
definitely
it's got to be
is.
because your mom was such an amazing mother, dude. Like I remember her letting me come over after CYO. She was my first football team I ever was a fan of was the Tennessee Titans, which I was
Yeah,
blessed to go live in Tennessee. And
doing
like,
amazing this year too. Fuck
yeah,
the
dude, they're
Steelers
killing
all
it.
year potential, but
Yeah, your mom would be very proud of them. So like, she was always like honestly, like, cause like my family was always distraught and like what they are, and like I always had another mother that was like always like fucking proud of me and shit like that. Your mom would fucking let me stay over, fucking let me come over whenever after CYO. Me and Ryan Sager, after CYO coming to hang out all the time. And I remember like you guys scaring the shit out of me and Martin Burns, you and Lindsay, fucking shining flashlights, and we were like, who the fuck is this watching us? And it was you guys fucking playing pranks on us. So
yeah,
like we've always been in each other's life, and this is one thing I thank you for, even through my thick dumb fucking youth times doing dumb shit like drugs and stuff. Like you always had my back. You always looked out for me, and like
yeah.
I mean that shit. Like you were always day one, A1, always in my corner, and that meant the world to me because like I was always friends with you and the girls, the DBZs, and honestly, like we all grew,
Right.
we all grew up, but like you, Aaron, and fucking Cordier always stayed in my section. Shout out to Cordier. She's
Yeah.
she's in the army now, killing it. Very
Yeah.
proud of that girl.
Just got back from Guantanamo Bay.
Yeah,
Now
dude. I'm gonna try to fucking get her on that shit because she's a badass fucking chick. She always has been.
she's camera shy. There's
Dude,
no way.
yeah, I know it's gonna be tough to get her on. Like, but so growing up, was it tough? Like, I know you had your brother, and like everything with the situation with your real father. Like, was that?
Yeah. So my childhood, I, you know, looking at it now, it's like, okay, you learn so much. Like, I had a fucking rough childhood. Like, I will not lie. My real dad, have no idea where he is right now. Don't give a shit where he is right now. Was abusive, not only sexually, not only like, he used to hit me and my siblings, my mom. Um, but growing up, like, I mean, he was into drugs, he was into, like hookers, all of this shit that when you're young, you
Dude,
fucking like growing up seeing this shit. Like, of course, I had my siblings to like kind of talk me through it. And like, but we were on our own for like most of our childhood because my mom had moved out when they got divorced and we lived with my real dad. And there he would for weeks not come home, and we legit lived on fucking my sister Erin would go to the corner store on Milan, that little fucking deli
yeah,
wherever it
yeah.
is.
They didn't burn down recently.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
burned
yeah,
down.
yeah.
But she used to steal shit from there because we had no money. She used to steal like whatever she could to fucking feed us for the week. And we legit lived on fucking pork chops and lollipops. Like it was ridiculous. Like no child should go through that shit.
Not at
Like
all, man.
there's so many instances. Like the reason we got kicked out of his house, it was so great. Like we used to play manhunt all the time, and
We
he
still
had
played at your mom's house too when you were younger. Yeah.
So didn't play. But we played Manhunt and we used his camo gear and didn't know it had like the mortgage money or something in it. It wasn't lost, like it was still in there, but he fucking flipped shit. Like bashed my sister's head in the fucking wall, like broke this glass fucking bowl in my room, like just freaked the fuck out. And thank God my mom, found Steve. Well, really, I put them together,
He was a
but
saint. Steve was a saint to this day.
oh my God, he's the most incredible father. Just so like you get 4 kids from a divorced family and take them in as your own and are still fucking like doing whatever you can for them, even
Yeah.
after my mom passed.
He always has. Like he's always been a great
Like,
father figure.
yeah, he's really incredible. And
You guys are honestly truly blessed, and I think that's the universe. Like bringing Steve into your guys' life during that tough time, and definitely your mom already was a saint, and for her to meet a perfect other saint, like is amazing. Like he's stuck it out with you guys. He's always been an amazing father figure. You know what I mean? And you're right too. Like the be a man that takes in the 4 kids from a divorced family, and then he literally treated like he was your father from day one.
like, my brother's gay.
Yeah.
So, he calls us his 4 daughters.
Yeah.
Like he's so accepting, he's so loving, and will truly do anything for us.
So how was that with Tommy, with your father? I went like, did he come out when they?
Was I'm pretty sure I want to say this is true because so my brother came out and my real dad threatened him with a gun
Oh shit!
and was like, get the fuck out, like, and Tommy, you wherever you are, I'm sure you could tell us the real story if you want to, but
He's probably back. I love you, Tommy.
yeah, he was just not his family is like Catholic. They're like
Okay.
strict Catholic. They were always in the church. Sundays we would come up from Milan and go to church in the Bronx every Sunday. And I think, looking at it now, his dad was very abusive.
But
And
that's the thing that drives me crazy is you
yeah,
have these religious people that go to church every day and like preach all this shit, and at the same time most of them are fucking, sorry if I'm talking and crossing a line with a lot of my viewers, but most of the time I see that they're very abusive, and they're not really caring. They don't follow what they preach. You know what I mean? Like, and it sucks to say that, but like, there's a lot of people that I feel like go to church and they're just painting shit gold. Like they're acting like these saints and these amazing people, and really they're not even practicing what the Bible wants them to practice. You know what I mean? Like, so it's weird. It's weird to say that, but like I feel it's true.
I don't go to church, but yes, I believe in God and I believe in higher powers. I believe in all of that.
Whoa, are you still here, Amber?
Yes,
All right. It clipped back out. Okay, we're good. We're good.
But like you said, like you just have to be a good person.
Yeah.
Like, what is all of this going on today is just like be a fucking human being and love and just
that's
all kindness. Like
that's why I always say, like, it doesn't cost a fucking damn thing to be a good person or to say I love you. Like, honestly, like when I lost Jordan, what fucked me up a lot was like I always told myself I didn't tell him I loved him as much as I should have. Like, I was with him the day before he passed, and like I remember the car ride perfectly. We got in an argument over him being my best man at my future wedding, and I told him, like, you're gonna be my best man. You're gonna be my best man. I've known you since I was 5 years old. And he was like, no, I can't be your best man because you were Brendan Grover's best man, and that's who's got to be your best man. I was like, that's not how it fucking works, dude. Like, you've been my best friend since 5 years old. I remember him showing up on the bus, dressed up like Howdy Doody or Woody from fucking Toy Story with his little fucking holster, his spurs on his boots. And like, this is the kid that like always was with me. And we got in an argument. I remember stopping at the Milan Deli, and I was like, yo, bro, can you buy me a pack of cigarettes? And he literally looks at me. He's like, I don't want to chase Elijah Air down for fucking $10. but I'll get you this pack of cigarettes if I get to pick the nastiest beer in there and you drink it. So he got like Henry's orange soda. It just came out. And like he got so upset with me that I liked the fucking beer. Like I was like good on drinking the beer, dude. Like he bugged the fuck out. And I
You
still
don't
avoid
fucking drink anything, are you
yeah,
kidding?
dude. So like I have all these voicemails that like I saved on my old phone that's at my parents' house of him yelling at me because like whenever I had any of you guys pick me up, I would never be ready. Like I'd be rushing you guys to get to my house and then like never be ready. So like
Yeah.
it's one voicemail of him just yelling at me like, "You motherfucker, you never fucking are ready when you tell me you rush me." Like, and this is the thing is like that's what like really fucked me up is because I never thought I told him I loved him as much as I should have, dude. Like, and it still haunts me. Like I wish I told him like he would have told me to shut the fuck up or not to be such a bitch. But like it's what bothers me, man. Like it bothers me to this day.
I don't mean to cut you off.
That's good.
No, I just relate to that 100%. Like I've always, with my mom passing, like there was so many points in my life. I moved out and was living with Dan Mangieri in 11th and 12th grade. Like that time I could have spent home with my mom, you know, like even she passed the day after my birthday, on my stepdad's birthday, on Steve's birthday. And I remember vividly like falling asleep in the waiting room and getting woken up at like 3 a.m. saying, "Oh, she's going. Like you need to go in the room and say bye." And you like that feeling, you never get over that feeling. Like losing the one person you are so close to and like, you know, is such a light in the fucking world. Like it, I don't even know how to, you can't explain it, you know, like still to this day, the same thoughts, like I should have been there. I should have, you know, like all the times like we fought or like whatever, like, but you realize now, like they're here with you and they're always going to be here with you. Like I've never done this before, but I did a medium reading.
I've been wanting to.
Yeah, Megan Allegra, she's on Instagram. She does these like she does Instagram lives. And you can, so this is like a free thing. You can also like pay for one. I paid for one. But I also did the live. And you like write a question and you put your name. And I was on my way to rehearsal when she was going live. And right before I went in the room for rehearsal, like I had to sign off. And I went back and looked at the live video and she called my name. So I'm like, shit, like my mom's here and she's trying to communicate with me.
And then you had to go do rehearsal.
I had to go to rehearsal. So I booked a session with her. And I mean, always when you lose someone, you want like these little signs, like flicker the lights to let me know you're here. And that's like, you know, it's not how it works. Like you really just have to know that they're here.
Yeah.
And she was spot on, man. Like it was crazy how many things she said to me that were just, I know it was my mom.
Yeah,
you know?
it was so mom, yeah.
Cursing and whatever, and like whatever it was, like has like, and she let me record the whole thing. Like it was like a really great experience, which I wasn't, you know, you're skeptical, like not skeptical of that. Like you
and I
watch Ghost and it's like, okay, is this really how this is? Like people are trying to scam you.
Yeah, like
but
that's what I thought for a while until I heard amazing stories about certain people being able to do it. Like I was always like, it's a fucking gimmick. They know who you are. They do some kind of research on you before you go. And then like I hear people saying like it's real shit. Like they actually say things that only like the other person would know that's past. Like so like I definitely want to try it. Like hopefully be able to reach out to Jordan and stuff. Like I remember like because it was tough when I lost Jordan because like I've lost a lot of friends in my time and people that impacted my life beautifully. But losing Jordan was like it fucking killed me. It crushed me. And like the only like I had a group of friends that reached out to me and checked on me and stuff, but like
Yeah.
it wasn't like because that's what I need. Like Brian Prince, Glenn, Manny, they always reached out to me because they knew how much he meant to me. And I remember getting really fucked up one night, and I was drunk, and I went to the graveyard to fucking chill with Jordan,
Hmm.
and I got shit faced with my buddy Adam, who was actually just calling me. And we walked to the graveyard, and we thought we couldn't see anything. We're drinking. I have a bottle of Jameson. I left it at the gravesite. And then, like, the next morning, I was like, I should probably go clean that up. Like, I don't want his parents or anything being like, what the fuck is this? Even though it was like
Yeah.
a full bottle of Jameson. So we head there, and the next thing I know, like, I'm at Jordan's grave. I'm like, what the fuck? The Jameson's gone. And then I looked down 3 fucking tombstones, and it's at a different fucking tombstone. That we were that drunk that we didn't think. I started dying laughing because Jordan would have died. Fucking then, you
Yeah.
idiots! Like you didn't even party with me. You partied with some random person, dude. So like, even that moment, I was like, Jordan would be dying laughing at me
Yeah.
about this. Like,
That's the sign. That's the little things that you
yeah, dude. Like, so like, it took me a while like to explain to people like there's people that come into your life or a part of your life that influence you into a beautiful fucking thing. And Jordan was one of those people. Like he never gave up on me. We were friends since 5 years old. And you know how people say like, oh, you're gonna outgrow your friends, your high school friends, or your middle
come
school
on.
friends, and not us, dude. Like we've actually, I think it was just our clique that we stuck so close to each other. And
Yeah.
and growing up in like Red Hook, like it was a little town, but like you guys were all I had really. Like me and my family never saw eye to eye. I was always jumping from couch to couch at friends' houses. And like that's the thing is like for the longest time until recently, like I was always trying to fit this mold or trying to prove people wrong, which kind of gave me a fucking complex. Really fucked me up. I was trying to
Right.
be better because there was always such rumors around me. Like, yeah, I fucking partied, I did my fucking drugs, but I
Yeah.
wasn't. I wasn't doing the like what people thought. Like people thought I was fucking doing heroin and shit, and I wasn't doing heroin and shit.
I mean,
And
our
that's what
friends.
killed me. It was my group of friends. Yeah, they were doing the fucking shit, but like I wasn't really fucking doing that. Like but I was the bad influence. I was always the bad influence. I was always fucking told like he's a piece of shit kid. But then I had fucking the good friends like your family that fucking adored me. Never thought anything negative about me. And then you've even checked me. You've been like, yo, you need to fucking simmer down. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's meant the world to me. But you never once were like, don't fucking talk to me. You're doing fucking drugs. Get the fuck out of my life. And like a lot of people did that shit. And I was like, yo, dude, like I'm not that bad of a kid. Like I even had people not believe that I joined the army. You know what I
Sorry.
mean? It's all
Like,
good. So even that bothered me. You know what I mean? Like it drove me crazy. These people didn't even believe. Like I tried to better my life, and these people didn't even believe that I was doing what I was doing. So like that fucked me up.
that was my whole life. Like, um, all the shit that had happened to me growing up. Is this like fucked up now that I'm like sideways?
No, you're
I'm
not.
okay.
You're back to normal. You're
Okay.
100% down.
So growing up and going through this shit, like you rebel. Like
Yeah.
that's what happens. Like, and I clearly remember in middle school, like Mr. Donnelly, I was in the fucking principal's office and he called someone, I think he called the cops, honestly, and said I was trying to like poke my eyes out and rip my hair out and all this shit. And really I was going off on him. I was like, you're a fucking piece of shit. You
Yeah.
always get in trouble for bullshit. Like, and it was our friend group. Like,
Yeah, it
we're
was.
associated with these people, so you automatically think something of us.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah. Exactly.
and I will tell you to this day, like, we are still so fucking close, and we've all lost someone significantly close to us.
Yeah.
Like, and that obviously is why we were brought together.
Yes. Exactly.
But so, like, the people we've become, like, yes, I fucking partied like fucking crazy in
Yeah.
middle school, high school. Like,
Yeah.
and now I'm a mom. I'm like, it's like a fucking 360. I mean,
Yeah.
of course, I still drink a little bit, but like, it's like, I'm not who I was in fucking high school and middle school. Like, I've evolved and really, like, honestly, I could say in middle school and high school, I was a bitch. Like, I mean, I had my fucking groups that I hung out with. I did theater. I, like branched out a little bit from my friend group, but like I was mean to people and I like honestly hate myself for that. Like I'm not that type of person. Like I
No.
really accepting and loving and like want to share that with people, like, and anyone that's watching, if I was ever mean to you, I'm sorry. Like, I honestly, like,
Yeah,
talk to me and let me know that I hurt you, and like, I want to make those amends, because that's not what I'm about anymore.
yeah. So that's the thing is like everyone grows up and like like it took me a while. Like 4th of July this year, I was gonna fucking harm myself, and if it wasn't for the person that's on my shirt, Courtney Big Daddy Laws, I would have like. And that's the thing is like I would never think I'd be on making a fucking podcast that I'm talking about my depression, my fucking suicidal tendencies and stuff like that, and actually be reaching out and touching people. Like I would never. If you asked me a fucking year ago, would I be doing this? I'd be like, no, there's no way I'd be actually open about this. And like this is the thing is like I came into a lot of money, and I'm doing fucking financially very well for myself, which was a whole 360 for me because I was a fucking a bum working 9 to 5s or fucking 12-hour shifts, hating life. And I thought like I really was like once I get this money and my investments flip, I'm gonna be the fucking happiest person because money makes everyone happy. And I was the most miserable human being ever, dude. Like when that money hit, dude, like I was like, what the fuck? Like, not happy. I'm fucking so depressed that I'm like hiding myself in the world. I was lucky to have a good friend move down because he tried to have suicide by cop and tried to kill himself if his brother died. So he moved down to Tennessee with me. And it was a fucking blessing at the same time. But now it's like two people with fucking suicide tendencies and depression. He's living in the same
Yeah,
house. And like it was weird. Like it was good, but at the same time, like he could see me my downfall. He could see I wasn't happy. Like I'd be buying all these guns, all this fucking flashy shit, and just to prove to people like I made it. And like the whole time it's like, why the fuck am I doing this? Like I don't need to
that was
fit
one thing
anybody's
about
mold.
it, was like, we never had money. I
Yeah.
still don't have money. Like, I don't think I'll ever have fucking money
Yeah.
like that,
Like I'll,
like,
I'll, I'll never have fuck you money, but
I don't, to me, it doesn't fucking matter. Like, I will give you my last dollar
yes,
because
exactly.
that's how my mom was.
Yeah.
Like, and what she instilled was in me was like having family and friends and just being around
And be in love.
love
Yeah.
is what it's about. And that's all I want to do. Like, now I'm cooking on holidays. Now I'm doing the things that she did just to, continue her legacy,
Legacy,
because
yeah.
she's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Like, and that's what I want to be.
And
So,
and that's the thing is like I have literally J. Cole's quote on my leg, there's beauty in the struggle. And for the longest time, like I was so pissed at life because I came from a poor family. I couldn't have nice things. My dad was always working, and yeah, like I said, like in the beginning of my life, like my dad was abusive at aspects of times. But to see this man turn around, like he lived a hood life when he was younger in fucking Brooklyn, and then he came out, married my mom, and he was still abusive. I remember to this day one of the baddest episodes that happened in my house was when O.J. Simpson was running away in the white Bronco, and that's the
yeah.
first time I saw my brother actually stand up to my father, and then that whole shit fucking hit the fan. But after that day, my father turned it around and like became a fucking the most amazing human being. I don't talk to my mother. I don't talk to much of my family, but like my father, like he turned it around. Like he did a 360, became the most amazing, influential
I never
father I
knew
could
that.
have.
Never knew that
Yeah, like,
about.
dude, yeah, dude,
Never.
like, then my
Um,
my brother was very abusive because of it. Like Joe
mhm.
Bacard could tell you, I was playing a video game with him on PS1. I made a comment. He was doing drugs and shit, and he beat the shit out of me with this fucking walking stick in front of Joe Bacard. And Joe Bacard was my neighbor, so like Joe Bacard was like, "Oh fuck, got my sister. My sister's a saint. She kicked the
Yeah.
shit out of my brother 24/7. That's why she's my best friend. You know what
There's
I
the fuck.
mean? So like she could throw hands. Um,
Why
and
do you use the worst picture of us, like
Oh,
taking that
dude, I'll
shot?
take the shot my sister made us. Like, I had
Dude.
to, dude. That was the most disgusting shot in the world, Alicia. Let me see that shit. That was fucking nasty, dude. You wanted to make me and Amber sick that day. But, like, and that's the thing is, like, I was lucky to have a saint like my sister in my life, dude. Like, she's
Yeah.
still, like, she's the only one I really talk to out of my family. Always has my back, fucking, through thick and thin, that girl, fucking. What? Yeah,
Yeah.
well, she has 3 kids. She has her stepson, who's basically is her son, Colin, and then she has Lennox and Seamus. Seamus, they're both all 3 of them are fucking homies. I love the shit out of those kids. But
Yeah.
like, it was tough growing up because like literally, I remember fucking Jordan Tiberio was a saint as a friend. My parents were like fucking struggling, and we used to eat shit on a shingle. I don't know if you know what that is. It's like fucking toasted fucking gravy and whatever on it. And like my mom told me I couldn't have Jordan over, and I was fucking throwing a tantrum because that's my best friend. I wanted him over, but it's because we had no food in the house. Like we couldn't fucking feed him. And then
Yeah.
my mom fucking, because I cried and whined, she's like, fuck it, you can have Jordan over. And like Jordan sat there and ate shit on a shingle. And he was such a fucking good human being that he was like, this is the most amazing food I ever had in my life. And like it made my mom tear up and cry because like she's like, she knew he was fucking just saying that, you know, like, but like he appreciated him being able to hang out with me. Like he had such a golden heart that like when he said that, it made my mom cry. Like she's struggling to like, you know, like, oh fuck, now they feed this kid fucking poor
Yeah.
people food, and like he ate that shit. It was kind of more like, and made my mom fucking ecstatic that there was this little kid here who like probably never ate the shit and like probably never struggled like that, and if he did, like it wasn't that bad. And like for him to be like fucking ear to ear smiling, being appreciative of what he got in front of him. And that's one of the reasons why I fucking adored the kid. I was like, dude, this kid saw my fucking family struggle and still wouldn't give a fuck. Like, would come
Yeah.
over. You know what I mean? Like he would sometimes fucking get his mom to fucking book like make extra sandwiches for fucking lunch and shit. So whenever I sat there, but it was weird, like because I was the chubby kid that was always picked on being fat, and he had his stuttering and his speech impediment. So like it was two kids that like were picked on and tormented, but we stuck up for each other. We fucking backed each other up.
You remember, you better remember this. Do you remember giving Erica Cordier that skunk?
Shut the come on. Listen. Let me make this straight because Ketchel thinks the song is something totally different. I was going to sing I Love You, Baby, and if it's quite all right at the talent show, and the fucking Erica Ketchel thinks that's what the skunk sang. No, the skunk sang some
No.
other like Buttercup, like
Yeah, fill me up, Buttercup.
fill me up Buttercup. So listen, yes, I had a huge crush on fucking Cordier, and like even then, like I was fucking very dramatic and shit, but like, hey,
We got a
Cordier.
special guest here. Come here. Oh, do you need water? Come here. Got water here, baby. Oh, yeah.
What's up, Joseph Dunn? Can't wait to see you on Thanksgiving. What's up, Ashley Mella, Dylan? Yeah, I don't know half these other people. These are all your friends mostly. What's up, baby girl?
Say hi.
Hey. She is freaking beautiful. She is
Say
beautiful.
hi to everybody. Say hi.
Hi.
Can you say hi? Oh, you want more water?
So that being said, like that's got to be fucking amazing. Like I hope one day I'm able to have a kid or at least be a stepdad of a kid, because like honestly that's got to be the greatest joy in the world.
There. She's coming to you. Sorry, guys.
She's that's got to be the greatest joy in the world to be a mother, and like you know what I mean. Like I'm so proud of you. Like
I got it here. Sorry.
I'm doing mom stuff. This is what this is about. Like I'm so 100% proud of you, being the most amazing mom. You're making your mother proud.
Say hi. Come on.
We have 2 guests now on the podcast. We were blessed to have this.
Oh, this is my
This is Grandpa.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's up, boss? How you doing? What's up, man? How you doing? One day I'll meet you in person. I'll meet the whole family. But
all right, come on, Pappy.
Go ahead.
So with how do you think your childhood, like you know how you brought up that you were a mean person? Do you think some of that came from your childhood and your father's relationship with them?
Definitely. Just wanting to be accepted and wanting to, fit in with the cool people. So I had to be mean to certain people or, just put that negativity out there when really, like, what does it mean now? Like,
Yeah. It doesn't mean anything. Like, and that's the thing is, like, I was a dickhead too. Like, I was a fucking prick to a lot of people. Like, this guy commented about his girlfriend. He's like, this is why he was so mean to you in high school. And I was like, whoa, I was mean to you, dude? Like, I'm pretty sure we were friends, but I guess I was bullying you. Like,
yeah.
and that fucking killed me. I was like, when was I mean to you? Because I thought we were homies. Like, I thought we were friends. And just to show that, like, I was a piece of shit. Like, I picked on people. Like, I tormented people.
See you later.
You're going, Cookie Head.
so like to have these moments in my life that I realized like I wasn't such a nice kid. Like I thought I was like this kid that was like sticking up for the ones that were picked on, and I honestly I was the one picking on them. You know what I mean? It's all good. This is a family fucking podcast. This is what it's about. It's about us being fucking family and shit. So, with this being said, when I have a break, I'm gonna reiterate this. Go get this book, fucking by Colonel David Lange. I'm telling you, it's a great read. I started it. It's about a journey of his life and actually going back and giving respect to someone that changed his life. So, try to get that book. But back to what we were saying, like I realized that like most of my like I was a fucking emo kid in school. Like I hid the fucking depression and stuff very well. And even I hid it now. Like I fucking laugh and joke and smile and shit. But like I have bad days even now. Like I wake up and like fucking why am I still here? And like this podcast has helped me out a lot with this. Like I've had people reach out to me and it shows me that I'm not alone. For the longest time I was like, what the fuck? Like if I was to ever call
at it, like you have to be vocal and really like if you don't, you're gonna like just suppress it and keep it inside, and that is just worse, you know?
Yeah.
Like,
and that's the thing is like
for the longest time, all of the shit with my dad, like when I finally like had the guts to tell people, like tell my family, they didn't believe me, which was like
that
wow,
even hurt
like,
more. That probably even hurt more.
and like my sister Erin was like, yo, like same shit happened to me. So I was like, okay, I'm not alone. But like still now, like it still hurts you. Like it just thinking about it, or like you get those moments where you're like, shit, like I went through this, and you know, like you don't want to get down on yourself, but it happens.
Yeah.
Like that.
And it must be such a painful thing to have someone that's supposed to protect you and someone that's just to be your father and fucking protect you from the evils of the world, to be the one that's doing the evil. You know what I mean? Who's not protecting you.
I don't get how, I mean, from what I know, my real dad forced my mom to have kids. And we're like all a year and a half, a couple of years apart. Like, so like to do that and then act the way you do is like, what the fuck? Like,
yeah.
and there's not like, I'm pretty sure, I mean, all of my family really feels that way, that like, you know, we were worried about my real dad showing up to my mom's funeral. Like, and that's the one thing, it's like, why are we even thinking about that right now? You know, it's just like that fear that's always in the back of your head, because like, you know, what are we going to do if he does, or like whatever, like, but he didn't, thank God. But like, how do you feel now, you know, like knowing that you have no relationship with any of your kids, and you know, that she's not his granddaughter, but like,
that's
you know, like,
I know for a fact, like I used to be mad at my fucking brother all the time because how he treated his firstborn. Like to me, like I could never, if I ever had a kid, I could never not be in that kid's life. Even if the mother hated me, I would fight tooth and nail until I was in that fucking kid's life, because that's just who I am. Like I can't, like if that's my seed and that's my fucking kid, I can't see myself being a piece of fucking shit and not being a part of them. And if I'm a part of their life and being abusive and like causing them harm, would fuck me up. You know what I mean? Like, And I could never picture that. Like he probably better feel like a piece of shit. And honestly, the way it sounds like he probably doesn't. He probably like fuck him. Like
Yeah. No.
has he ever reached out to you guys and as adults?
So him and my brother, when my brother was going through his shit, his addiction, and my brother would reach out to him for money. Like
Yeah,
that's all he was. Just,
get
money.
his
That's
high.
it.
Yeah.
Um and I'm sure he asked about us or whatever. And like I told my brother, I'm like, do not give him my number. Like I want nothing to do with him. Like nothing. I wouldn't show up at his funeral. That's how I feel. Which is,
And
you're supposed to forgive. You're supposed to, but he should have died instead of my mom. Is how I feel.
facts, facts.
But
But
we got I'm on my Facebook and everyone's like shouting you out. Darren, shout out from Athens, Tennessee. Whoever that is. David,
yeah.
hey Amber, Jeff, love you. Mike D. Bernardino. Do you know him? How do you know him?
Yes, that's like my brother, man. He's a huge fan of this. And like me and his brother and him are fucking good friends. I know Tyler Larson, my Marine Corps buddy I had on here. That's my squad. Like I stopped hanging out with Red Oak kids and started hanging out with Pine Plains kids, and they all fucking adore you, by the way, because that was your first school you went to, was that Pine Plains? And then I remember a beautiful girl coming into our school, 7th grade, right? Like I was in 6th grade.
6th grade.
Oh yeah, but I met you when I was in 6th grade. Yes.
Yep.
So, and then we hit it off. We were homies since then. So anyone that's watching this, if you have questions about anything or you want us to talk about certain things, you guys can fucking comment that.
Blast this out.
Yeah. So
Brittany, we love you. Thank you for your kind words. Ashley Maya says, "What up?" Michelle, math class buddies. She says, "Hey." Everyone's saying, "Hey."
Word. So I love that you're a part of the Majestic as Fuck family now. Like you're definitely gonna get one of the dope ass hoodies. And you've always supported me in everything I do, and like it's very rare to find a friend like that. And I know I tell you this all the time, but you really influenced my life. I saw this girl fucking grow up, gone through some shit, and become one of the most amazing human beings I've ever been blessed to know in my life. And like I mean that, Amber. Like I remember going to school and a courtier was fucking me up, dude. Like beating the shit out of me. That girl's got one of the meanest right hooks in the fucking world. And I remember looking at you and yelling at you because, Amber, back me up in this. And then you did stop her from beating me up. And you turned against one of your best friends and protected me.
Or something, right?
Oh, it was something over Leslie, and I just get fucked up, dude. Like I got the shit beat at me. But that's not the first time one of the girls beat me up. Like Casey Reinders fucked me up on the school bus. But then she wouldn't let anyone else fuck me up. Like it was like either Casey's beating me up or no one's beating me up. So like I had to.
You were wild. You were so wild.
I do, but it was pretty cool.
I've never met anyone like you.
Thank you.
Like I mean, I was wild too, but like you were fucking like dude. You would legit do anything. Yeah. You got a fucking brand on your ass.
Oh yeah, that's what I just said. I do have a fucking epic ass brand on my ass of a Mickey Mouse. It kind of looks like a dick now. So like it's not the greatest fucking brand. So like it definitely looks like a dick, and thank you, Commenda, for that. But like, yeah, dude, I was a fucking head case, dude. Like I was a fucking prick and fucking wild out, dude. Like
honestly.
I remember getting in an argument because I used to walk around like fucking study hall and collect money for booze. And like I literally go to people like, yo, donate to my fucking booze fund for the weekend. And people would donate. I would get fucking 30 racks out of it. And I forget the kid's name. I think his name was Steve. And Steve Hill. And he bugged out on me one day. And like, this is disclaimer. He stuttered when he talked. And I'm like, what did you say, bro? And he's like, he's twice my size. So he gets up and he's like, did I stutter? And I'm like, actually, like you did. Like, I'm not being a dick, but like you really did stutter. I didn't know what the fuck you said. And he fucking tried to fight me. And lucky I had Dino with me because that kid was a fucking giant. And like Dino kind of put him in his place. But like I had such a strong clique of friends that like made me who I am today. And I'm very fucking proud of it. Like you girls, dude, like first off, I was the one dude chilling with the baddest chicks in our school. fucking the most gorgeous girl. So like it made me popular. I was like, oh yeah, blah, blah. And half the time, like if dudes want to fuck me up, I'd holler at the girls like, go fucking scare the shit out of this dude. He wants to fuck me up, dude.
And we would
You guys had your clique had teachers scared, bro. Like, like I'm pretty sure Miss Horse was petrified of you guys, dude. Like,
suspended for wearing shirts for being a gang. Like
yes, they thought you guys were a gang.
Like, just
you guys had gang mentality, dude. You guys were thugs, bro. Just to
I
make
mean,
that clear.
okay, but it's a group of girls. Like, who doesn't name their girl clique? Like, you have a
Yeah,
name
sure.
for your
I was
girl clique.
We were RDC, the Riding Dirty crew. Like,
Okay. So, like, where are Leslie and Cordier, you know, the troublemakers of the group, came back from suspension, and we wore shirts that said they're back and put DBs on the back. And we legit got suspended. I remember Leslie's mom like coming down the hallway, and we're all like, oh shit, Martha's here. Like, we gotta fucking like scramble. And my mom was fucking pissed. She was like, you're gonna suspend these girls for wearing shirts? Like, get the fuck out of here. Like, like took me out to the diner. Like, she was like, ridiculous.
But that's the same thing. It's like how fucked up our school was. Is like I remember beating that shit out of that kid Dave Paiva, and everyone cheered me on, and I got fucking charges pressed on me. But then they brought me in. Officer Green brought me in and had that dude's father there, without any of my parents, and had me have to explain to why I beat the shit out of his son to his father. I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like, what the fuck is this? Like, this is like a setup, because the father wanted to hear why I beat the shit out of his son. And I'm like, I'm not doing this. Like, this is, like, I have court for this. Like, what the fuck is this setup? You're basically making me say I'm fucking guilty in front of his father so that he win the court date. So, like, me technically being a fucking thug-ass kid, I just got the fuck up and was like, I can go get expelled now. Like, I'm cool with this. Like, I'm not dealing with this. Like, I ended up getting fucking ACD'd and 75 hours of community service. But the coolest thing is my 75 hours of community service, I had J-Town, I had Dirk Depew, I had Rich Diwali, all at the recycling center, and John O'Keefe. Like, it was the most epic fucking group of people to be with, and fucking doing our fucking doing my 75-hour community service. Like, we ran amok.
There was a time me and Cordier, I mean, I'm sure but I don't know if you were there, what happened, but me and Cordier, Ketchel had a really big basketball game. And my dad is into motorcycles, so he had all this gear and whatever. So we're like, oh, we're going to make signs for Ketchel and like run through their practice. Stupid us had fucking pantyhose over our heads. Why? I don't fucking know. Like, obviously they're going to think we're some like shooters coming into the school.
Yeah.
So we fucking run through, we get to the fucking to the gym. We run through, Chando fucking chucks a ball at me, like hits me in the back so hard. Like, they share, the guys and the girls share practices. Fucking Cordier's out. Like, she fucking booked it. I run into the parking lot, and Grebe legit drew his gun at me and was like, you know, stop whoever you are, like whatever. So I got caught, and then Cordier got caught. I think. I don't know if she got caught, but she eventually found her way into the fucking office and whatever. We got suspended, obviously, and had a court date for it. So stupid us, like, we're fucking, I'm like, I'm running away. I ran away when the court date came, and we decided to go to New York City.
And hide there?
I said, like, I don't even know. I think Ketchel and Leslie, the four of us, I think we fucking hopped a train and went to, I packed a big ass suitcase. Like, I was gone.
Yeah,
and
the
like,
bandana on the stick, filled this up.
It was gonna get thrown out, and I missed the court date, and my parents were like calling me, like, just come home. They're gonna like drop everything, whatever. And I was like, Mom, we're in the city. Like,
I can't make the court date.
Yeah. And so I think I got 90 hours of community service, something like that. And Courtier got, the same. And I like got to write it off because I did the plays.
Oh, that's
So
probably
like
sweet.
that's a fucking, I don't know how, but
that is awesome, man.
thank God. But like just these crazy moments that you now look back on, like, and now I'm like, how everything's so different now. School is so
Yeah.
different. These girls that are like 12 years old are looking 20 years old.
Yeah.
Like we grew up in such a different time, like where kids were actually kids.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. Like I remember like barely ever having a cell phone, like, and we'd always just meet up, dude. Like
11th or 12th grade.
yeah, I would fucking we'd just know where to meet each other up. Like Heart Scrabble was the shit, dude. Like that was a fucking we caused havoc there. And dude, I remember like us playing football, like tackle football, and you girls would fuck us up, dude. Like, and you played football. You paved the way. Amber McCarthy.
For like a week though.
No, I don't give a fuck. Amber McCarthy paved the way for females to play football and Red Hook.
Yeah, that's
Dude.
true.
You did. You paved the fucking way, dude. You fucking everyone like signed off on you saying like we don't care if she plays, and you played. You should have stuck it out, even though I didn't stick it out. You should have stuck it
The
out.
one practice, they like someone made fun of me or something, and the coach had everyone fucking do up downs and run a shit ton, and I was just standing there. I'm like, oh, okay. I was better than half of the fucking
Yes,
dudes
you
on
were.
the stage.
That was the thing. You were. I just remember playing modified, and fucking Kevin Rogers was the fucking funniest human being ever. Like he would be humping people's helmets and shit, like when they were stretching out and shit. And I just remember like he was ended up being one of my most amazing friends. I still love Kevin today because we went to basic training the same day, and like we would write each other, and like fucking me and Kevin like fucking stuck close. Like I remember
What is he doing now? Is he still in
I don't know
or
if he's
no?
in anymore. I think he's out now, but like I think he's living in Vegas or California or something like that. He's
Okay.
out west somewhere, I think, or North Carolina, somewhere nice, good weather. But like I actually talked to him the other day about fucking he had a band fucking playing on one of his workout things, and I was like, yo, dude, that fucking band is dope. Like, let me get the information on that. And he was just a trip, dude. Like he was one of the funniest kids that I've ever fucking met. Do you remember us hanging out at Comenda's house in College Park? And we got in the fucking van, Makota's van, and we broke down, and Kenny came and gave us gas because of Cody Runyon. You remember that? We broke down at Bard, all fucking drunk, shouldn't have been driving. And like Cody got so pissed that we were even in the car, and he got us gas, dude. Like he figured it out.
Or when the parties at Cody's house, Cody Runyon.
Yeah, we had some epic fucking times.
They had that fucking like, was it a golf cart or whatever the fuck they called it? I don't remember. And they used to take it off jumps and like.
Danny and Jerry ended up doing that too, dude.
Never. Oh my god.
But with that being said, we're winding down and it's time. I'd like to thank you again.
Holy,
yeah, dude, we got fucking like a minute, 2 minutes left. So I'd like to thank you again for being a part of this and being my best friend since day one. I fucking love you. I'm glad you got to meet my pup. She's coughing over here. One of the most amazing dogs in the world. I mean it,
I'm
dude.
glad you got to see Ellie. You better fucking meet her next time you're here.
I promise you. All right, so I have to come up and pick up my merch in Red Hook anyway. So like I'll be up there. We'll go out to dinner or lunch. I fucking love you. I mean that shit, dude. Always remember, you need anything, you pick up the phone and you call me, dude. Like I'm always in your corner. I love you to death. You're literally.
Thank you guys for watching, everyone.
Yes,
that's here.
Thank you all for watching. This is Majestic as Fuck, the podcast, but also the movement and the family. I got actually fucking dope, exciting news. I got reached out to by a really good fucking veteran program that does shows. I really don't want to talk about it right now until it's knitted in. But they checked out my podcast. They fucking love it. I got a lot of veteran organizations looking into us. And if things go good, I'll probably be acting in some fucking skits and shows if everything works out, Crow. Yeah, so thank you for you all fucking being a part of this Majestic as Fuck. It's going places. We're making waves. We're trying to change the statistic of 22 veterans a day that commit suicide, and we're trying to bring awareness to this, dude. It's mental health. It's a struggle. There's beauty in it. I love you guys all. I love you, Amber. Thank you so much for being a part of this and being my best friend, impacting my life so greatly. Again, this is Colonel David Lanes' book. Go out and get that shit. It's amazing. Trust me, I started reading it. He's an amazing human being. He was a fan, and now he's a part of the Majestic as Fuck team. And I love you guys all. Remember, the darkest nights bring the brightest stars. And yeah, this is our show. Thank you again. I love you, Amber. And I'll leave you with one of these, guys. God bless. I'll call you later. Love you, big girl.